Kershaw Tumbler. Yeah, Sinkovich design. D2 blade, subframe lock, carbon fiber over G10. Interesting. Back spacer. Deep carry pocket clip. Looks like you can flip it right or left hand. We will take this apart, by the way. Kind of nice little pivot routine going on here. All right. It's very lightweight, but the blade has a pretty good drop on this. I'm not usually a huge fan of Kershaw. I love the link, the dividend, the knockout, the bare knuckle, those kinds of things. But this, usually not so much. I can learn to really like this one, the Tumbler. Oh my God, that's pretty good balance right there. And of course, got a great design to it. Design flows really nicely. Did they use all they could? Pretty much. Not bad. It's centered up. I have no blade play or lock rock on this knife at all. The subframe, and I'm sure, yeah, you got 3 screws underneath there holding it together. They're not flat screws like they are on the copper Natrix. You can see those screws under there, right under that pocket clip, are flat, where these are a button head, button top, whatever type screw. But it's so light. I think that's the breaking news on this one. And the fact that it's not an assisted opening. Hallelujah. 2.6 ounces. Not bad. 75 grams. Whew. Is this a bug out killer? 3.25 inch blade and like 7.4 overall. Supposed to be. Come on. Okay, 3.25, yes. At 82, 83 millimeters. And if you want to measure down here, you got 3.5 inch cutting length, don't you? Okay, so 7.5 overall, not 7.4, and 19 centimeters, shall we say? Or shall we say 2.8 millimeter thick blade stock at 0.11 and 0.43 of an inch at 11 millimeters. Not bad. It's just so scary light out here. This is just super light. You got a blade on here, but that's not terribly thick blade stock either. You know, this is a nice knife. The Tumbler, it's light. It's got D2 and all that. But, you know, the fit and finish on it just don't feel as nice as a lot of other knives. So look at how these corners are just kind of squared off and just not rounded nicely. It just doesn't feel as nice and complete in the hand as even, God, I think the only thing I got laying out. But, you know, like something like this, and this is free tire. This is a $23 knife, but this feels much smoother, nicer in the hand. This just, and you know, like Bestech or Civivi or Artisan or any of those other G10 knives, they just feel more finished, more complete, more, yeah, and this just doesn't. This just feels, it just feels cheaply made. Sorry to say that. It's lightweight. It has great action, wonderful fidget factor, D2 steel, KVT bearings. So it is what it is. But I just feel, it just feels lacking here. It really does. See if we can cut a piece of paper with it. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's really sharp. That's really good. So far, so good. And how's my access through here? Really easy to disengage that subframe and let it drop. And it gets over that detent ball quick. Not bad. I mean, definitely got a nice fidget factor to it. And, you know, even if that hit you in the thumb, which is not likely to, that blade's so light, it ain't going to cut you like some blades do. Oh, well. These are still just healing up. Man, I got into a blender the other day. Whew. I couldn't stop cutting myself. And here we go, stonewash blade with satin flats. Yeah, deep carry pocket clip. That's not a hot spot. And the ergos are all right. They're all right. Not bad. Barely getting my fingers on there, but I can. Reverse grip's fine. One thing when you do that, because of that cutaway, it tends to, this is kind of just a thin piece right here on your finger there, okay? So you're not getting the full benefit of both scales making good contact. But on the, on the plus side, it does give you a good pass-through for disengaging this. So might be interesting to get a Rockwell on this D2. Other than that, wow, that is super light. There it is. There's a box. Nothing fancy, but, 69 smackaroos on White Mountain Knives, 10% discount if you use LTK discount code. So there's $6.90 off. Okay, so it's in the low 60s delivered. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of knives out there with D2 blades you can get for a hell of a lot less money, but if you like the Kershaw brand, and of course this is made in China, so it's not USA made, but still, nice non-assisted KVT bearings. It could be worse. It could be worse. Nice lanyard hole here. This backspacer coming up here, I don't know. I don't know if I needed that, really like that. But here's jimping here. Jimping here. Okay. So you do have some traction there and jimping up here. Can't really go forward up here, but you do have a little choil area for sharpening. Let's break it apart. Well, that's done gone. All kinds of parts are coming out of here. Okay. Unfortunately, the screw to this pocket clip was not turning for me. Not turning at all, and I don't want to strip it out. So I guess we pulled everything away from the pocket clip that we could, including the backspacer. Wow, that doesn't want to give. I'll have to use an IP6 Plus on that later to take that off. But right now, it's not necessary. Here's your locator, backspacer, stuff like that. Everything fell out. Here's your screws. And of course, I had to stabilize them on both sides because this is happened on the copper matrix as well. Had to hold them from both sides to unscrew them because both screws just turn like that when you try and get it from one side. That's pretty disgusting. I don't like that as well, but oh well. Here we go. We got pretty standard bearings on here. Both sides. go. And of course a little steel insert here to interface with the bearings. And there's from the front. And you can see there that that is D-shaped pivot, which is good. And you can see that this little metal piece here is D-shaped as well. So when you put it back in, you can see how that's got to go right in there. Here's your detent track. Of course, you see where the screws on this backside come through here to stabilize this subframe and the detent ball on the subframe. Got centered up. Nice drop, yeah, still. Nice drop on it. I reckon that's about all I got to say about it, but yeah, just something missing in the formula that really would have helped round the knife out. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for hanging out. You know what we do. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.